Hello and welcome back to this brand new episode of Nancy Knows Best. Today is all about the divas and that's why I'm here. Joking. But obviously I couldn't do an episode about drag queens without the queens themselves. So please guys, tell me who you are and tell the fans who you are.
Ladies first.
Elders first, yes. So I'm the old bitch of this panel. My name is Jazzle, and I've been doing drag in Scotland for 12 years.
Honey, she's gonna die soon. I'm like,
She's vintage. Season 1 filter.
Hello, divas. My name is Cherry West. I've been doing drag for 10 minutes. No, I'm kidding. I've been doing drag for like 6 years, and I'm the youngest of the panel. Oh, I've not said that in a while.
And my name is Skinny Minnie. I've been doing drag for 7 years now, and I am the pint-sized pastel princess of Scotland.
Love it.
So,
Love
yeah.
it. She's already my favourite. Sorry guys.
It's okay. I'm used to that. So thank you.
Really?
Yeah,
Honey, she's not heard that in a while.
Yeah, girly.
So let's get straight into it, right? We're going to play a little game of who's most likely to, who does what, okay?
Honey,
so the
I'm
first
ready.
question is, who here takes the longest to get ready? I want to know.
Well, the last person to be ready to date
Girl.
was Jazzle.
But here's the thing, though. I've come all the way from Dalkeith in Midlothian.
Yeah, I
and
don't even know what that is.
Yeah, girl, it's
You don't
far
want
away.
to.
It's far away. And I got ready on ScotRail. Okay,
Oh,
so
right.
this mug took a little bit longer today because I was travelling.
She got
I'm
ready
not
on the
local.
train.
Yeah, girl.
Were people staring at you? Like, how was it? How was the
The
experience?
commuters were loving it.
Really?
They were getting a little show. They were having a fabulous
All right, so
The
free
trick
show.
of it is, though, as someone who has got ready on ScotRail before, similar, you have to wait until it stops at the stations in between on the express to do the liner because you can't do any of the fiddly
yeah,
bits.
geez.
Really?
when
I
you're going
don't
like this.
struggle with that stuff.
Well, we can see.
Right, I know. I've not even started yet.
I would say you probably get ready the fastest, Cherry.
Yeah, I'm used to getting ready fast because of panel. You've got to be on the time, honey.
Cherry can put together a 20-minute mug.
Yeah.
Or a 2-hour mug, and it just looks the same at the end, regardless of how long it takes, which is a skill.
This is going to just be me getting bullied for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
It
and I love
absolutely
it.
is, yes.
I'm going to love every second.
And then I'm quite average, I think.
I think you can do both,
I've
though.
heard that about you before.
Yeah,
Pretty
very
average.
painfully
Oh my
average,
gosh.
painfully mediocre.
We said we wouldn't speak at you in bed. No.
But what is average for you? Like, how long is that?
I think it would be like, I like to give myself 2 hours to go from like one to the other.
Yeah.
3 if I want to look really sickening, but I can get it done in like 45 minutes. The craziest situation was there was a bar near my house in the West End. It's called Mosquito on Bass Street.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
I've been
shut
there,
down,
yep.
unfortunately. But I got called by the manager one time because another drag queen dropped out with less than hours to the show. And they're like, can you be here in 40 minutes? So I put on a bang wig, a pair of sunglasses, did a lip and a bit of foundation.
And that's all?
And I was there in 25 minutes.
That's
Did
queen.
Lady Gaga, honey.
Queen.
Honey, that is
Exactly.
professionalism.
Yeah, that's
I was
professionalism.
tempted to do that today. I was like, I'm just going to come with a lip and sunglasses and call it
If
a
a
day.
drag queen's got sunglasses on, there's nothing on underneath. that is the number one hack.
I
Although
love
I think
that.
the good thing about drag queens doing makeup is if we had 5 hours, we can take 5 hours. But
Yeah.
if we have like 10 minutes, then
You'll
Well,
still do
that-
it.
we'll-
That's
we'll
the
take
biggest
15.
skill. That's like such a skill because like you literally sometimes you might end up in a situation where you've got to get ready very very quickly.
Yeah.
So it is like very important I think for drag queens to be able to do yes a beat mug giving themselves loads of time, but also like you got to be able to go on the fly.
yeah.
I mean, I'm so underdressed, like simple makeup and everything, but I was the one that was late today. Like, literally,
my
like having
God.
her lip.
I felt like I was on Lorraine, babe.
She wasn't fucking here.
I was like, we're gonna have a new season of Big Brother by the time she comes.
And
yeah.
that's shade, baby.
Stop it. Right. And then what about like who's most likely to steal someone else's makeup in this room? And whose makeup
Skinny.
would you steal? Really?
Guys, skinny is the definition of, can I borrow this? Can you do this? Can I use this?
Yeah.
We call that a Shanita. She need a lipstick. She need a hairspray. She need a nail glue.
Yeah.
She is the Shanita always.
I am a bit of a Shanita, I will admit to that, yes. But I would never steal something of someone
no.
else's.
Well, I count steal
I don't
as-
want any of your shit.
I count steal as
Borrowing,
borrowing.
yeah.
Like if I'm going to Primark, I'm borrowing this. I'm kidding, I shop at Waitrose. But when I work with Skinny, I'm always like, right, I'm going to have a bag. I'm going to make sure I have everything in it because she'll need it and I won't.
Yeah, I need nail glue, hairspray, antidepressants, all the
Oh,
above.
here we go.
A will to live.
Yes,
Yeah,
whatever
she
you've
need it
got
all.
to offer. Yeah, I guess I am the Shanita. You two are a bit more organised. But
I feel like Rue more than me though.
Rue is very, very organised. Rue is mother.
I can tell.
Rue is
Yeah.
very put together.
So put together, yeah.
Whereas like I'm very slapdash, I'll make it work. And then Cherry, you know exactly what you need and nothing further.
Well, normally Cherry has about 5 assistants with her.
Well, that's true.
This is the other
yeah.
thing, like Cherry's always walking into the room surrounded by like 5 mils, 3 twinks, like her fucking
honey.
teacher, all the above.
The Cherry West dancers, the Cherry West live band.
fucking entourage.
Do you know what though? That's why I love working with these two, because I'm the definition of it takes a village, whereas
Yep.
they can do everything themselves and I can't be ours. So
This is
We're
the-
the village.
I'm an independent diva. Even if I am a Shanida, I would just not have the nails on. I just wouldn't have the wig glued down, but I'd still bring the fucking party.
that's the tea, honey.
Right, what about who would be the first one to get cancelled? I feel like I've already got an answer.
We're looking down here. It's got to be her.
Hey, okay.
Well, you would think it would be Cherry. You think it would be Cherry.
What's
because-
that supposed to mean?
But the thing is, you're more likable than me, so you can get away with the shit that you do and say.
Maybe.
Whereas,
Oh,
like, I mean,
God.
I've got those big opinions. I've got that little frame and that delicate, petite sense of self.
Then, rah.
Yeah, so I'm very opinionated, and I think people maybe get a bit intimidated by that.
Fair
I think
enough.
when you look like this, people don't expect you to have a bit of bite to your
Yep.
bark. But I think my bite is worse than my bark. Is the
I
problem.
agree.
I don't know what that means.
What? You want to explain?
Well, I was going to say, I feel like these days, I feel like you've not done drag unless you've been cancelled at least once.
Yeah, so I need to know, why have you been cancelled?
Oh,
Like,
girl.
what-
There's an end of our video.
Tell me. No, I need it updated,
girl.
please.
You know what?
Give me
I
an.
like to use the motto: if you stay cancelled, you
You ain't
can't
gotta
get
get
cancelled.
cancelled.
Okay, I'm going to use that.
Yeah, I think you should. That's it.
Listen, all publicity is good publicity in the world of drag. I think every drag queen worth her salt has been dragged through the mud once or twice. That was my Fringe show last year.
Oh,
Dragged through the
she's
mud. And
already
you can catch
plugging-
my Fringe show this year. Wanted, drag or alive. What did Skinny Minnie do? What is she capable of? All the horrible crimes she's committed. But no, I think just having a sharp tongue can get you
in trouble.
In trouble.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I feel like in this day and age, we're all fighting for the spotlight. And
Yeah.
I think that in the
Speak for
world of
yourself.
social media and like the number of drag queens that are in this world now, we're all fighting for our moment.
I was gonna
and
say,
I think
like-
people love to tear others down.
Yeah, so is there like a competition? Like, are you all friends? Like, because
Please.
you
I
you
hate them
three are
all.
getting along.
Well,
but how
I would
is
say,
that?
well, we're not sisters because we're at different places in the family tree. You know,
I agree.
grandma, mama, baby doll. Very much that kind of vibe. However, we are actually friends, like
Okay.
in real life. I think people think
I wasn't aware
because.
of that. I'm kidding.
All right, okay, that's me fucking told.
I'm kidding.
But I think everyone has the perception that maybe because of things like Drag Race, they perceive all drag queens to be sisters.
Yeah.
But like, we are competitors.
Exactly,
For the same
yeah.
opportunities, for the same gigs, for the same audience base, which these days is getting more and more saturated. So I think there is, a sense of people will do
Competition.
whatever they can to
Yeah.
get their minute in the sun.
Do you know what? This is crazy to say, right? And I don't want to say it, but do you know what? Fuck it, we're on a podcast,
Just say
right?
it. Love it.
I think the way me, Skinny, and Rue get along is we don't feel like we're against each other
Yeah.
because we're all good at our own thing.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone else in Scotland feels so insecure that they always have to push themselves forward. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, if I want this, fuck them, and I'm gonna get it. Whereas
Nah,
we don't need
we
that
can
because
all
we're
win. Yep.
comfortable with where we are with our drag.
From
and
my
we're fearless.
perspective, like I only ever want to be around other drag queens that are also at the top of their game and also doing the best that they
Yeah.
can do in their lane. What Cherry does and what Rue does is very different to what I do.
Yeah.
We're all very different in what we bring, but we're like the best at what we bring
Yes.
in our respective
Yeah,
lane.
so there's no competition.
So yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
feel like I'm competing with either of you, but there are definitely people who feel like they're competing with each of us. But speaking of being cancelled, I mean, Cherry and I recently did a podcast.
Oh my God,
in
honey.
which we spoke quite freely about experiences we'd had, with members of the industry,
Yeah.
potentially from a little TV show, and potentially that person may have saw what we said and felt need to slide into our DMs and threaten us legally.
Girl, we had them legal
So this is the
letters,
last
and I
time I'm
went,
going to
honey.
see you.
So yeah, we're actually going to jail. Well, it was
Love it.
funny because
So are we aiming for another legal letter today? Is that the plan?
I'm hoping to end up behind bars, honey.
If we don't get a legal letter, we're doing it wrong.
The best part of it was though, because I said that she was condescending, didn't learn our names, didn't know who we were, etc. And then she messaged Jazzle to apologise for what she did to me.
I wasn't even there. I was like, girl, you've got me confused with her. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was
we
not
don't.
on this
We're
podcast.
not that similar.
Stop.
So yeah, that's the
Okay,
drama.
and what did you say?
I was like, girl, it wasn't me. I
Okay,
wasn't
yeah,
there.
fair enough.
But I'm going to add, I feel like you've not
Yeah.
done drag, so you've been cancelled or been sued.
Yes!
Those are the rules.
I mean, I've not. Well, I technically have been sued now, but I was going to say I haven't.
Oh my gosh. So
I've
that's
got the best
that's
lawyer in
the tea.
Scotland, honey.
Wow. Because I was going to ask as well, like, how is the drag scene specifically in Scotland? Like, is it different from England, like from the rest of the UK? Like, yeah, I would
Honey.
think so, unfortunately.
I mean, have you seen a drag queen in Glasgow?
Oh, no. Well, let me put it this way. I remember when Cherry West burst onto the scene in 2020 and she posted on her Instagram story, "I think I'm the only drag queen in Edinburgh."
Oh, no,
Do you know what though? Was I wrong? Because forward
Say it
6 years,
again.
and I am, honey.
The Scottish drag scene in comparison to England, right?
Yeah.
There's always been issues with money in the Scottish drag scene. Like going back pre-pandemic, the most that I ever got paid to do drag before the pandemic was £30.
Oh, you're joking.
£30.
Oh my God,
and,
okay.
it was your fucking show. No, I'm joking. It wasn't up to
control
her.
the budget, girl.
It wasn't up to her. It was up to the venues. But there wasn't a lot of money in it in the way that there was in England. And then I think when Drag Race UK came in, suddenly there was such a injection of money into the scene, which kind of resulted in a situation of like the haves and the have-nots. You know what I mean? There were suddenly people who were getting booked and getting the £300 fees or the fucking whatever the fuck you charge, bitch.
Say it.
Top baby.
Google entertainers worldwide Cherry West and you'll see.
£750, thank you.
Minimum.
And it gets cleared every single time.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
That injection of money resulted in a situation where some people were getting those bookings, some people were not, and then
Yeah.
a lot of animosity maybe brewed between those two camps of people. And I think that is probably, where Scottish drag is at, is that you've got the people who actually work like in the industry, on the circuit, do your brunches, do your private events, do your lovely things like this. And then you've got your sort of like, no shade, club rats who are like doing drag
name
for
them and
like
shame them. Love
50 quid in the bars.
Maybe I will name and shame them.
Doing the same number every single time to the same audience every
And do you know what
Not
gets
even
me? This is
trying.
what gets me, right? If I had, now I've never been someone that does a residency because I get bored after 10 minutes in the same place, right?
ADHD, honey.
Yeah, literally. But what gets me is they're doing a Wednesday and a Friday at different venues and they're wearing the same outfit on the Wednesday and the Friday.
no.
Now, I understand. I am someone that is an outfit repeater. But when you're doing the same week in the same club
Yeah,
across the street,
please.
babe, put on a different wig. Fuck off.
The shade of it all is like to do the same number in the same outfit in two rival venues week on week on week after week. It's like you're insulting your audience.
Yeah.
And that's where the diminishing returns come from. That's why people stop going.
And that's why there's 10 people watching.
So yeah, the Scottish drag scene definitely has room to grow.
Yeah. But what is making you stay here? Like, why Scotland? Why are you choosing Scotland rather than moving away, maybe like exploring other things?
I mean, like when I started drag
Yeah.
a long time ago, it was always the question, will you move to England? Will you go somewhere
It's
else? Will
always
you go
that,
to
isn't it?
London?
Yeah.
But I've never felt that way. And I feel like kind of what Skinny was saying, the scene has been through like ups and downs and a journey. I think it still has room to grow.
Yeah.
I think we're in quite a tough place with like the cost of living and all that. It's affecting nightlife. And I think sometimes people in Scotland can have quite small aspirations.
Yeah.
And I think
100%,
I think the
yeah.
three of us have always been like, we're going to make our drag as big as possible and try and create like big shows and big opportunities. And I feel like some people keep their aspirations quite small, and I think it means that we get quite a lot of like heat
exactly.
and jealousy and like
Well, yeah,
we
I
feel
think
the insecurity.
That's one of the biggest things I think that differentiates Scotland from England or even like America in terms of like with Drag Race US versus Drag Race UK. Think about America and the American dream, right? You're told that you can come here, it's land of free, you can accomplish anything.
Land of
you can
free,
achieve,
please.
You can achieve anything, you can accomplish anything. That's what's instilled into Americans, right? But I feel like with Scottish people specifically, there's like a sense of like cultural like smallness, worthlessness, like, oh, this is your lot in life and you just got to accept it. And like, why are you trying to make something of yourself? Who do you think you are? And it's like, we have that self-deprecating humor, obviously, as Scottish people. It's what you know, it's in our blood. But it gets taken to a certain level where like, I feel like the tall poppy syndrome is fucking bananas.
Yes.
What's that?
Tall poppy syndrome is when people grow and they get pulled back down by the crowd.
Oh, honey!
Scotland,
Yes.
literally
My
Scotland.
life.
Yeah.
So I think with the three of us, as people who do put money into our drag, who do put effort into our drag, who do have big aspirations, I remember you saying to me, there was a queen that you were speaking to, and you were talking about your aspirations versus their aspirations,
Yeah.
and their aspirations was to perform in Delmonico's on a Wednesday.
Stop it.
And what was your and what did you say your aspiration was?
I said, babe, mine's is to headline the Hydro in Glasgow.
But that's what you should aim for.
know,
Like aim for the
exactly.
stars, and even if you don't like, you'll be in
You've looked at the moon.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever that
I
expression
know that
is.
there's anything wrong with performing in Delmonico's on a Wednesday. We've done that in the past.
But
And
to
Yeah.
have
Love
that
the
as your
Monica's.
aspiration is like, do you leave the fucking house?
I know.
Like, are you actually? This is
Yeah.
what pisses me off, because then everyone's being like, oh well, you're doing too much and you're trying to do this, and it's like, well, you're
Yes.
wanting to perform that's your dream. Are you fucking out of your mind? That's
Well,
actually
who was that one queen who got interviewed and they asked her, where do you want to be in 5 years? And
What did
she
she
said,
say?
in the same bar, do my same show.
Oh, no,
And I'm thinking
babes.
that's cute, but like you never know where life will take you.
I know.
If you put out the good energy, if you put the work in. I mean, I've been doing drag for 12 years, as I mentioned a few times. But last year I opened for Chapel Roan, like
Oh
to
my
like
God,
30,000 people.
queen.
Like who would have thought that could ever happen
Yes.
to me?
Stole my gig. No, I'm kidding.
What would you say is like your audience? Like, what type of audience do you get?
I would say there's probably two main drag audiences, right? You got the gays and you got the Huns.
Yeah.
Like the
Okay.
honeys.
Not the Glasgow Huns.
Not the Glasgow
We're
Huns, but
talking
the
the
What's
honeys.
the difference? I need not yet. Okay,
I was going to
what's
ask what
that?
the difference is.
Well, I don't mean Huns as in the sectarian term.
Oh, right.
I mean,
Is that what you meant?
What's the sectarian term?
that's
Let's
a
not go into
conversation
it.
for
Let's
another
not go
time,
into
Jenny.
it.
Is that like a nun?
No, the honeys, like the old poly warriors. It's like your, you know what I mean? The bottomless brunch bitches.
The pretty little
like,
things.
so you get that kind of audience, which like populate sort of your brunch kind of gigs, like your Hindus, all that kind of stuff. And to be honest with you, they're like where the money is, and I think they're the best audiences
Yeah.
because they're the
But-
most feral for it.
Yeah.
like they're the ones.
I mean, the gays, they just sit in there like this.
the gays
are
judge.
I know, they
judgmental.
judge.
The gays think they could do better.
They'll sit
I
and
am
be
the
like,
same though.
I've seen it before. Oh, I could do that better.
go and do it then.
Exactly,
Go and do it.
exactly.
But then the thing is, then you end up with gays like me and Cherry that sat there and go, I could do better. And then we do it and we can. And it results in that
Well,
situation.
that's how I started drag. I seen Drag Race, and the first season I watched was like something on US, right? And I was like, I want to start drag because I think I can do it better. And that's so funny. Because you started drag
It was a similar thing. I decided to start drag after going and seeing your show back in 2019.
Now this feels shady.
And you had
Back
a
in
guest,
1995.
a guest performer. It was kind of like an open drag night, right?
Yeah.
So they were performing for like Buttons, doing creative stuff, and I saw this one performer, and she was so fucking incomprehensibly terrible that
It was Jazzle.
It was not Jazzle.
That was a joke!
This person no longer does drag, thank
I
God.
wonder why.
But I saw them and I turned to my boyfriend at the time and I was like, oh, I couldn't be as bad as that. And that was my inspiration to start.
Love that.
Born from spite.
How did you start drag? I don't even
Yeah,
know
what
this.
about you?
I started drag when I was at uni and I was literally bored and me and my pals would just cross-dress for house parties.
I was 5.
My first ever booking, get this, my first ever booking
Yeah.
in drag was from one of my classmates who was Boris Johnson's daughter. So she booked me for her birthday.
Boris Johnson's daughter.
Oh, this is
that like the guy
insane.
that looks like he's from Family Guy? But
Yes,
he's blonde?
yes.
So she was in my class at uni and she hired a room, it was in St Andrews, and she ordered like 100 McDonald's orders because there's no McDonald's in St Andrews. She like got them like shipped in or whatever from Dundee and then got me and another drag
steel
queen
chips.
to host this McDonald's party. There's me
love
and like
that.
her name was Lara holding a fish fillet because I was serving
That's
fish.
a crazy story.
Honey,
I
you
love
diva
that.
of the Glasgow honey. That's crazy.
Okay.
Oh my God, I never
What,
knew that.
That's my
didn't
drag
expect
origin.
Was that in black and white? Okay.
Back in the olden days.
So yeah, your audience is like, I mean, Rue and I, we performed everywhere from Shetland to London together. Like we did the first ever Shetland Pride together a couple of years ago. We did like a event in London for fucking Google headquarters.
Yeah, that was fierce, that one.
So like you get to see all different kinds of things, but my favorite audiences will always be like the feral honeys that just are like looking
Yeah.
to
I
get
feel like you'd be a part
drunk
of that.
and party.
Oh, yeah,
I do feel like I get that vibe from you. I feel like
She's
it's
missed
the,
it.
it's
So
the
do you like
nails,
me or
it's the
not?
nails,
Yeah,
it's the
no.
nails. I just feel like you would fucking throw down at a drag brunch.
Yeah, and Delmonico's on a Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh,
You won't be seeing any of us three there.
Have you ever been to
It's
a drag
expensive.
brunch?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
In Glasgow?
No, London.
Oh, right. Well, you might see some good drag there, not here.
So obviously you're talking about like different audiences and like who you don't like when they're in the public.
Yes.
So have you ever got like a strange request, a strange DM, I don't know, something that's whether in person or like on social media
Oh
or
my
something?
God.
I feel like you got it.
One of the most difficult things about being a drag queen is that you just have to be aware that your DM requests are constantly going to be filled with the most heinous chasers. These like
And that's just me.
Skinny, what's a chaser?
a chaser
Oh, girl.
in this context I'm going to say would be an individual who worships the dolls, who is perhaps satiated by a cross-dressing individual and is looking to maybe
Shaglam.
Yes, wants to fuck us. and
Honey,
and
we're
your
with Nancy, let's be
your
real.
Let's just say
DMs, your DMs will be full of like.
They
want to
put it in.
Well, there's this one, and he fucking messages all of us, and he's like, every single story I put up, he's like, fire react, so sexy, love it, love this, so sexy, oh, so sexy, honey, oh, so, and I'm like, girly, pop, back off.
No, but it doesn't reply to my messages. Fucking
yeah, she's
hell.
got all of that.
You do get spam with it though sometimes, and like, yeah, like, I mean, none of us do drag that's particularly titillating, but there are some
Speak
people.
for yourself.
Well, I mean,
We're like, we do.
I feel like a MILF, maybe.
if you're titillated by me, you need to be put on a fucking list. I think but there's a lot of people who end up in your DMs. It's like a picture of a torso, and they like want to.
Oh, I like them ones. I
Yeah.
prefer when it goes further down. Are we the same?
But like it's like and they'll just. I think they are very enticed by the idea of what goes on downstairs.
And
with
have
a
you
drag
ever
queen.
like agreed to go on a date with one of them or something?
No, have a fuck. Have you?
No.
Have you ever partaken with a chaser?
No, have a fuck.
Taking
Although
money from
I
them?
did suck someone off while I was in drag. Does that count?
Oh my god,
We're not
Shay.
my mum and dad can watch this. We're not talking about that.
Well, I'll spill the real tea
Yeah,
here.
tell me.
I was once very, very drunk after a show. And
Blame me on that.
And me and my friend went to a local takeaway in Glasgow when I lived here. And we might have been so drunk and in drag that we might have taken one of the men from the takeaway back to my flat with us.
Did you pay for the food?
Well,
Stop!
There's
she's
always
not-
a purpose.
she's not-
I think around that time he loved giving us freebies.
Oh.
Okay.
And,
I bet you fucking did.
And then you got something else.
Are you gonna
You got
finish
sausage
this?
supper.
Are you gonna finish the
Love
story,
that.
No wonder
Jazzle?
she was on a Zempic all that takeaway.
No.
I'm kidding.
Are you gonna finish that story, Jazzle? Because you know how it ends.
Did you get pregnant?
Girl! No, well, let's just say that me and my friend were like having some fun with this guy, and as I say, we were both very, very drunk. She might have thrown up on him, but like on a certain part
Yeah, I
of
can
him.
imagine. Okay.
But then she just kept going, and I think we were like,
What, did you
taking
like it? You're joking.
Put it in the kebab the next day.
No.
What the fuck? I've not heard this story. I thought you were innocent and an angel.
Do you want me to give you one?
Yeah, go for it.
Right, so I've only ever partaken in that once, right? And I did a bingo for, oh my God, I'm going to spill tea. Right? And I was at this rugby event. You had booked me for it. I was there with another drag queen called Sally St. Scott. And we were there doing a bingo. And there was this guy in the front row. And they were all in Halloween dress, right? And he was dressed as like a... And he was in the front row and he was like finishing all my sentences and like flirting with me non-stop or whatever. And then at the end, he was like, right, so where are you going after this? And I was like, well, I'm going home. And he was like, so where's home? And I was like, oh, and he's like, really hot rugby guy. I was
Yeah.
like, right,
Sexy.
I've never done this, but I'm going to fucking do it. So I
you drive?
I got my Uber. Let me tell the fucking story, bitch. I got
Right.
the Uber. He joined me in the Uber. We went back to my house and I said to him, I was like, do you want me to get out of drag or do you want me to stay in
Why
drag?
would you ask that?
Because he was flirting with me in drag.
Yeah.
And he was really fucking hot. I wouldn't have done this if he wasn't really hot. And so he was like, whatever you want. And I was like, okay, try everything once. So I sent him to the bedroom, but I turned the lights off in the bedroom. But I
Yeah.
kept the light on in the hall. But
so
I kept
it's
the
like
door
all
open
that
so it was like
mysterious-
mood lighting.
Ooh, I love
and
that,
so then
okay.
I'm
Now you
like,
put on Workbench by Britney Spears
No.
and a number.
no, I was like, let's make it sensual. Let's make
I'm
it
gonna be
romantic.
sick. This is disgusting.
So, like, the thing is, obviously, like, when you're in drag, like, you've got all these, like, undergarments, hip pads, all these things. So you've got
Yeah.
to take all that off, obviously, for the main event, right? So, I'm literally in drag from the neck up. So, wig, makeup, all that's still on.
Mm-hmm.
A wee kiss, makeup all over his face, whatever. Low lighting. And anyway, I'm ready to, like, oh, I'm going to say it. I'm ready to go down. I'm ready to, like, go down on him.
Yep.
And then he's like, oh, no. I want to go down on you. Keeping in mind, I'm dressed like this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So he's going down on me, and he's going pretty wild.
My tuck just unpopped.
Then I feel something wet on my leg,
Okay.
and I'm like, what's this? Because it was in the dark, and
What did you say out loud?
I went, what's that? And he went, what's that as well?
Yeah.
And I rolled over and I put on the
your
lamp.
dog?
There was blood all over his face.
Why?
All over my crotch
Right.
because he had sucked my dick so hard he snapped my banjo.
What's a banjo?
Jerry!
Is that like the fucking musical
You're
instrument?
kidding.
He snapped my frenulum, and I then freaked the fuck out. And he's like, "Oh, don't worry," because he was a straight guy.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, don't worry,
He
I'm
was
just
straight.
Yeah.
You should mention this. What the? Oh, I need a fan.
Well, he's definitely not straight.
Well,
Yeah.
if he's been doing that.
Not
yeah.
now.
If he's
But
been
come
doing
on.
But wait for it. He said, "It's fine. I'm straight. I'm used to blood during sex. Just roll over."
That's just gets worse and worse and worse.
And I fucking started freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
I ran to the bathroom, fucking trying to staunch the blood flow.
Yeah.
I was like, you need to leave.
Yeah.
Had a panic attack, phoned you. You were like, I don't know what the hell to do.
Phone no fucking wonder.
Phone 111. Made a nappy for my willy with socks and Vaseline. The next morning I had a drag brunch. Did a split on the table.
Oh my God.
Started my periods.
And she's still wearing the same tights.
And that is the story.
Oh my God, did you ever go to the hospital or something?
I had to go to the hospital to get checked out, and I went. I was dressed as a she-wolf because this was at Halloween, so I was purple.
The purple one.
Yes,
Oh
I had to go to the hospital like that and de-dress, and then the guy in the A&E was.
Wait, when you were shagging him, you were purple.
No. The next
that's
day,
the next day.
I was just
Oh,
booked and blessed.
Is
And
this
had,
guy like into something else
No,
other than drag queens?
I was just so booked and blessed. I had a gig next morning. Anyway, the doctor was like, "You'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll be fine."
Okay.
So yeah, it was pretty fucking sore.
Yeah.
And then you're not allowed to masturbate for like
Well,
a month.
sorry to all the viewers at home.
Well, that goes really well with my next question
Oh,
because,
fuck,
like,
here we
if
go.
you are getting involved with this sort of stuff,
Paper game.
I was going to ask, like, when do you feel the most hot? Like, when you're in drag or when you're, like, without the drag?
Who do you think hot? Who do you think's the
Yeah,
hottest
who do you?
here?
Well,
What? I can't answer
who's
that.
the
Come on.
sexiest of the three of us? Who thinks the
Stop
hottest?
that. No, don't make me answer
No,
that.
remember
Don't
your
make me
friends.
answer that. Don't make me
Look at
answer
her.
that. Don't make me answer that.
Boy, you should see her in drag.
joking.
Oh,
you
okay,
beast.
I'm joking.
I would say, I mean, I'm not personally, despite this what I just said, I'm not like turned on by the idea of being in drag. I'm not like a kinky crossdresser. I quite enjoy.
Is that the same person? Right, okay.
No, but I'm not. I did that for him.
She shagged the hospital person
He
afterwards.
was so hot. No, I didn't. You
I'm joking.
fucking liar.
Probably, it's good.
He was really hot. That's why I went along with it. I would never do that normally. But I do feel when you're in drag, you feel a certain kind of fantasy. Like it's not necessarily that you feel sexy or like attractive so much as you just feel empowered. Like you just feel like your fiercest version of yourself. So like it just naturally makes you way more confident, I think. Some people are like that all the time.
Well, I was going to say, but actually, I was just about to open up and be really emotional and honest and
Oh,
heart-wrenching.
God, let's
Go
hear
for
To
it.
it.
get some sympathy.
Go on.
When I first started drag, this is probably the same for all of us, right? But obviously, I was like a young little boy, right? And I don't want to cry. No, I'm kidding. When I first started drag, I went through this part of being like, wanting to be in drag all the time.
Yeah.
Because I was like...
Feel confident,
I don't know if it was
yeah.
lockdown, because obviously I started drag like just in the middle of lockdown. I was like scared to get on the bus out of drag. I was scared to like do all this stuff out of drag, and I usually don't shut up. I mean, I'm now more confident.
Really? I never noticed that before.
I'm now more confident out of drag, but I used to be really like shy and like quite reserved, and like when I'm out somewhere, like I don't speak to people. Like I wouldn't come up to any of you and be like, "Oh my god, hi!" Like or like I'm just not. Whereas now I probably would, but when I first started drag, I was very like timid. But
You were
now
also
I'm, like,
14.
I was like, yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
It was a
Okay.
very strange thing, but I'm obviously now more confident with how I look. I mean, I've got a really bad hairline, so I'm screw with that. But everything else,
So you just stick a wig on and that's it.
honey, I stick a hat on.
Honey, toupees.
It's gotten to the point where I'm like getting with someone. They're like, "Are you going to take your hat off?" And I'm like, "No." I'll just turn it around.
What about you, Mama Roo?
I agree. I think drag's a suit of armor. And I think, I mean, it can give you that confidence that then over time blends into your actual person. Because
Yeah.
like Rue Jazzle's not like a real person. She's
Yeah.
like my creation. But yeah, like over time, kind of like what you're saying, Cherry, that it just feeds into you and you have that confidence all the time.
Yeah.
And we're all like on our own journeys with our bodies. And I think there's a lot of pressure to look a certain way.
100%,
And like in
yeah.
the world of like Ozempic, and everyone getting
You're
their-
a Zempic. What was she
Big
saying?
look at her.
I'm kidding. I'm John
joking, I'm
Ozempic.
No, but sometimes drag queens like to mix the two. Like sometimes they like to like mix like boy and drag, which is why like Rue's not shaved. I'm only
Just so masculine, you know.
I was going to say, like, on what you were saying, actually, what both of you were saying, like, when I first started drag, I was working at Polo and I was a PR, and so I would get in drag every single day for my shifts and
Yeah.
then PR on the street.
How much would you make from that? Can you say?
I made minimum wage and I worked for 3
I don't know
hours.
what that is.
So whatever 3 hours of minimum wage is, I think I made like 25 quid.
£10.
When I was like 19. But anyway, I was in drag every single day. So like it resulted in a situation where, you know, you get she heard all the time and people are so much nicer to you. People are so much more like, oh my God, than they
Yeah.
would ever be to just some random wee boy. So like I started to think like, am I trans? Like, am I actually a girl? Like, do I want to be a girl all the time? And I'm not. I'm a boy. But like, I think it's pretty common. I think for people who start drag or do drag a lot to have those kind of questions about their identity, which I think is a good thing that it's now far more normalized to have those conversations and like engage with like a little bit of, you know, non-binary tea and like see where you kind of fall on that spectrum, because like because gender is a spectrum, so we all fall somewhere on it. But yeah, like it's for all of us, we get to access a set sort of feminine empowerment, which we can take into our out of drag lives.
Would you say like you have like a blended personality, like your drag personality?
I do.
Like,
which is a good and a bad thing. Like, I think sometimes I don't know when to turn it off.
Okay. You're just
Yeah.
always like that, though.
I just think I'm a happy, positive.
Yeah.
When I walk in a room, I want the energy to shift and be happy. Like, the world's so shit at the moment. Like,
Yeah, cheer
I just want to
up.
make everyone happy.
Cheer up.
And just share some positivity.
Yeah.
I think for me,
Actually.
let's bring it down a notch. No, I think, yeah, like I feel when you are in drag, you are a heightened version of yourself and your own personality.
Yeah.
Some people go full character, which, I mean, I would like to think that's what you're doing. I hope this isn't the real you. Fucking please let it not be the real you.
That's hilarious.
But like, yeah, I think especially like, I think you're similar as well, Rue. Just like a heightened version of who you are.
Yeah.
With drag, you can say things and you can do things that you would never be able to do if you weren't in drag, and not even in like a fucking naughty way, but just in like you can be much cheekier, you can be much more outrageous, you can be much more confident than you would ever have the jurisdiction to be if you,
You
were
can
just
get away well with
The
stuff.
way people treat you is different as well.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one thing.
Do
Because
you notice
I've
that?
now hosted shows in drag and out of drag, and it's completely different the way
In
that.
what way?
Yeah. I have a Bohemia. Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Okay. In what
And
way?
well, when you're in drag, people want to talk to you. They
Yeah.
like want to get to
You're
know
more
you. They're
approachable?
like fast. Yeah, they're more approachable. They're like they're like fascinated by your existence. Whereas like when you're like just like a normal person, they're like, oh, you're just like another
Civilian.
Another civilian.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you're in drag, you're like almost like an imaginary creature that like people are like, oh my god, I want to talk to you. So it's
Yeah.
very different the way you're treated, and I think that can affect people's perception of themselves and also their ego as well. I think they can get a little bit.
I can feel you looking at me. I can feel it. I can feel the presence of Rue's eyes staring at me.
Yeah. Oh God. And would you say that like since you have started drag, like how do you think your dating life has changed? Because mine is pretty much non-existent, so I want to know a
Honey,
little bit of
join the club.
something. Talk to me about love or
think-
something.
Oh my god! Well, when you do drag,
Yeah.
like it is a bit of the elephant in the room. Like for a lot of relationships and stuff like that, it can affect that. Like, you know, when do you tell them? Like, do you not tell them? Like, how are they going to feel about it? But for me, like, there's a lot of conversations about like masculinity within the gay community and like, you know, mask for mask, all this stuff. Personally, for me, I love a very, very feminine guy. And if anyone wanted me to diminish my femininity, then I'm not for them. So that mask for mask thing doesn't do shit for me.
Yeah.
But all three of us, I believe, have had dalliances with other drag performers at least one time.
time.
A little bit of sister dick is what it's
I
called.
prefer it. I think it's kind of fierce.
For me, it's different though, because my ex from years ago, we were together when I started drag.
Okay.
And then he started doing drag as well.
Oh, that's
But
fair.
I think it was almost because he felt like not included in that part of my life, and he just sort of wanted to be
Really?
involved in
Okay.
it. And it did cause tension because I quickly became more successful and got more attention.
no.
And I think it can be
If he was a good partner, they would have just like appreciated that and like
Exactly.
brought you up. Do you get what I mean? Rather than competing with you.
Yeah.
That's your partner.
But yeah, I think I love doing drag. I would never stop doing drag for a man.
someone, please.
Exactly, no. But I think it causes complications because you can get people who are into you only because of like you being like a famous drag queen or because of
Yeah,
your clout.
I was gonna
or
say
because
that.
oh well if I'm with Jazzle, I'll get invited to these events and I can go backstage here or I can do this or that. And that you've had that as well, Skinny.
Well, you go first, Cherry.
yeah,
Well,
tell
as a
us.
lady of the following, I've had so many like situations where like I've been speaking to a drag queen because I'm like a little whore. I've been speaking to drag queens and then like they obviously think like what we said, oh they can then get gigs for me and they can come to this stuff with me, or they can use like I don't know. It's just there's so much situations where that's happened, and I feel like it's really hard to get into relationships because
You don't trust anyone.
well that
Yeah.
and you're also like because you need to really like, especially I mean I've got a fucking big mouth, like I say anything, so I need to be around people who I know that I can trust, that that's not going to go out into the public eye and get me cancelled because that happened with some people. I just think it's really important that if you are in a relationship, I just want someone who's also on the same level as me with if they are a drag queen, so then it doesn't feel like a competition because I can't be arsed with that, and like I want them to be doing well and me to be doing it, and then we can just come together and
But
be
you know,
like
date like a normal guy down the
well,
street.
I would, but if
No.
they're like the right person for me and
Okay.
they've got a big dick,
Being,
Priorities.
the thing about being like a drag queen and like dating another drag queen is
Yeah.
that like we have a very unique experience that very few people on the planet get to have. Like being a drag queen is a really fucking tough lifestyle. So it is like they just intimately understand it in a way that like someone who doesn't do
That's very
drag
true.
Yeah.
wouldn't.
Okay.
I used to be in a throuple
No, okay.
type situation with two other drag queens who were together before I was involved with them, and that resulted in a lot of tension.
Well, I can imagine. Jeez.
Because
Can you?
it resulted in a situation where the three of us, I was the one who was the most established, who had
Hello.
my own shows, my own bookings to give out, you know, plus ones to give out. It was, you know, Jazzle's got a plus one, Skinny's got a plus two. That was the running joke, like all this stuff. And
I wasn't old enough to get into the club.
no, this was before your time. Like they were sometimes like, it felt like competing for my, not just affection, but my like respect as a drag queen. They both also started to do drag very similarly to how I do drag. So there was like
course.
3 Skinny Minis walking around.
Nah,
And that made me
please.
feel a bit weird because obviously like I had feelings for these boys.
Yeah.
And it was just a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
So
How did you end up?
across a period of time, I just started to feel more and more used by the situation rather than,
That's a good way to put it.
yeah, I just felt used rather than appreciated. And things that I used to enjoy, like I used to love like cleaning up after them and cooking for them and being a
Because you don't
domestic
fucking do that for
diva.
yourself.
I know, but I will do it from like people that I love and care about, acts of service. But then it started to feel like, oh, I'm just a gateway to a night out. I'm just a gateway to
Yeah, nah.
getting bookings and feeling like you're something in the drag world. And I was like, I want to take some time away from this.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we just never spoke to each other ever again.
God, self-respect. I love that. Well done. Well done to you.
And then they came to our Fringe launch in August at Bohemia and sat in the front row. So I went on the microphone. I was like, please come and see my comedy show. It's about the threesome that ruined my life. So yeah.
Sold out. Love it.
She's got to add that in there.
Right. I would say to wrap it all up, we're going to play another little game.
Oh,
right?
honey, love a
A
game.
game of rank yourself from. So rank yourself from nicest. Like who's the nicest in here? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Ru Jazzle is the nicest.
I feel like we
Okay.
need like photos of us because I want to look at myself.
Okay.
We'll
Of
do
course you do.
Jazzle.
I would say Ru
Okay.
Jazzle's the nicest. And then
Uh-huh.
Ru, who's the nicest of me and Cherry?
Oh.
Come on.
But you have-
Cherry, don't hate me, Cherry, but I'm going to say Skinny second and then you, Cherry.
Well, do you know what?
But only
though?
because you're
What?
the youngest here,
Oh, here
and
we
you're
go.
on your
You're
journey.
still learning,
on my
yeah.
You're on your journey.
Okay.
That's what it is.
I agree with that ranking.
Okay.
Let's just move on. Right. So who's most high maintenance?
Cherry. I would say Cherry is
I
the
feel like
most
you're
high
getting
maintenance.
slaughtered. Oh God.
Yeah.
She's a bit of a diva, but we love her for it.
Yeah.
Right. I seen Elaine C. Smith talk about this, right? And people were saying how she's a diva. But do you know what? I just like things to be done perfectly.
Yeah.
And that's how I roll.
And that's why you've got a hole in your gloves. Yep.
Clock her, Nancy.
I think, Cherry, you're definitely like living in your own fantasy all of the time,
Yeah.
which is like a fierce thing, but yeah, you're definitely the most high maintenance of us.
I mean, my mum and dad make sure to bring me back down to that fucking level of reality. But do you know what?
And then I would say it's me, and then I would say it's Ru.
Yeah.
I think Ru's the most low maintenance.
Rue's so chill.
Yeah.
She's just
No,
like, that's
I love
fine.
that, honestly.
Sometimes I get bored by it.
Easy.
I'm kidding.
Shady cow.
I'm only kidding.
Who's most likely to become a superstar? Like I'm talking worldwide known
Cherry.
superstar.
I've already
yeah.
Let's cut the page.
I think Cherry's got.
I would love to see you three as a trio. I'm not even joking.
We do loads of shows
Do you know
together.
what?
Like proper superstars.
I have actually never worked with two other drag queens that I genuinely feel like. I feel like it's such a strong group, not to suck. Where's the straws to suck at the ass? But generally though, they two, we all bring something different to the trio. Like I sing, she lip syncs. Rue does drag. I'm only kidding.
Rue looks amazing and I can dance.
Yeah, and I just sing on a microphone and stand still. But we all just work so well together, and we all bring something different, and that's what I love. Like it is genuinely such a
And we all respect what we all do.
Yeah.
And to repay the favour and suck back up your arse, I think, Cherry, you have it in a way that no other drag queen I've ever met has.
And all the bitches are plucked about you having it.
stop
And they be jealous.
Yeah.
No, I know I am sometimes cocky, but it does me a lot.
No, but the thing is, like, you are confident in a way that's completely earned. You are very, very, very talented.
Stop it, guys.
This is so cute.
Stop it. Can we keep this coming?
Okay, no.
I love how they wait till the end to be nice.
Literally. Thank you so much, divas, for joining me. Like, this was amazing. I feel like we're having a little girly chat.
Maybe I could talk.
This feels so cute and natural. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Thank you
so
for having
much,
us. Thank
guys.
you.
Nancy,
This is
you
good.
are the
And thank you so
doll.
much, guys, for watching. And we'll see you in the next episode of Nancy Knows Best.
Bye.
Nancy knows best.